Postcard today, Amy
Yep.
and Jeff. How are
Sampate.
you? Sampate.
Isn't that what they said for hello or something?
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
Me either. I could have just made that up. So take that with a very big grain of salt.
Yes. So yesterday, or for this episode, I bagged a whole new country.
Yes, we did.
You did not. You'd been here before.
As a young child.
Mm-hmm. So we were in Thailand.
Yes.
And so I really like
3
Thailand.
days.
Mm-hmm.
3 days in Thailand.
It is good and hot in
Yes,
Thailand.
it is. High temperature one day was 98 with high humidity. Fortunately, we were out of the sun a good bit. Although we did do some walking, but it was kind of shady and all. So we survived the heat, and I'm not complaining.
No.
I'm not cold. I love it. It's not freezing or snowing like it was in Pittsburgh or somewhere else we heard about.
So we did get on our ship, and we got good and unpacked and everything. And our first day was in.
Well.
Okay, what?
Nothing. We're good. So we stopped at an island, Koh Samui. And for those of you that watch TV, the island is where they're filming the show White Lotus. Lotuses or White Lotus?
It's
White
where
Lotus.
this season's season takes
Oh,
place
it
on
moves?
White Lotus.
It moves?
It does. The first
didn't
season
know
was
that.
in Hawaii.
Okay.
And the second season was in Sicily, I think.
Okay.
And now Thailand.
Now Thailand.
Koh
Samui.
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 Yes.
And Samui was a beautiful island. It's kind of what you might picture. There's the infrastructure was somewhat modern. They had someone, I don't know if it was the country or the island, had invested in the infrastructure. The roads were nice and wide, mainly so all the tourists could get to the fancy, exclusive resorts that were ringing the island.
Yeah. It used to be an island that was, to get away from it all, that was quite secluded and kind of a relaxing place to go. Now it's become more of a tourist mecca, I think. And lots of beautiful resorts.
Oh, it was,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
with
So
you.
for our very first time, we had to tender. And if you've been on a cruise, you have to tender in. Usually it's a nightmare.
Yeah,
You gotta
they're
get
usually the
tickets.
lifeboats.
Yes, and it's an uncomfortable ride, and it's hot because they're not open air.
No,
The good Thai people had a boat there waiting for us. It was enormous.
it was
Took a couple hundred people at a time.
traditional style boat, wooden, very nice.
Open
Once
air.
the boat took,
Lots of
we had
shade.
lots of shade and lots of breeze.
Got us
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, it was lovely.
It
So,
took us about a half an hour. We were
out there pretty far.
Yeah, we anchored a good half hour, 35-minute ride to get to the pier, but it went by okay.
There was a celebrity boat there at the same time, and they had a lot more passengers.
Oh yeah, they had. I think they said 3,500.
I think so, because they had 11 lifeboats on one side, and we have 3. So, that's a lot. Yeah.
Well, we have. Although this boat will hold a little over 600 people, the number I got last night was we're just under 500.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that's why
Fantastic.
the boat.
Yeah,
it's
it seems
easy
empty.
to sit down and
Yeah.
Get reservations.
Yeah,
and,
piece cake.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's rather nice actually,
is.
not being full to the gills.
Yeah.
So we're 100 people under. It makes it very pleasant. So we
Good
like
clean
it.
living.
Good
Yeah.
clean living, yeah. So we made it to the island, and like we said, the roads were nice and wide, and the bus was good. We had a small minibus, would you
We
call
did.
it?
There were only 7 people in our mini van. was nice and cold, and
Yes.
we were on our way to do
Thai cooking class
yes,
at the, what's it called, the Nora
yes,
Resort.
the Nora Resort. So I'll put that up there so you can check it out.
Oh,
Beautiful.
it was built on a hillside. So going down was nice because it was downhill to the ocean. Going back up,
Eh.
it got a little steamy in the heat. But
Only because it was so hot. Yeah.
our cooking class was down on the water. It was gorgeous.
So just walking down, you walk among all these fruit trees and such. So
And
we saw
perfume trees.
yes, we saw rose apples, which are beautiful, and we actually
Ate some.
we did. But before we get to the resort, we should talk about the market we went to.
Let's
On the
talk
way.
about the market.
So we stopped in a market so we can see the traditional market where people would shop for their food, and it was a pretty nice market, I have to say, especially since we saw a different one the next day.
Yeah, this
So-
one was, by comparison, much cleaner, and everything just seemed fresh. The fishing boats, I mean, the market was only like a building deep. And
From
all
the water, yeah.
From the water. And so the boats were pulling up and the men were unloading their fresh fish. Between the dock and the building, they had processing. People were sorting the fish and were doing like the heavy chopping, like losing the heads and stuff. And then they were arranging all their goods in the market stalls on ice. They had a lot of fans that kept flies and bugs away.
And the little things, yeah.
The little spinny things, yeah.
That keeps the
Yeah.
flies from landing, which
Which was nice.
look for that, yes.
So that was a pleasant
Yeah.
experience, and we tried mango,
and
the
rose
rose apple,
which was really yummy.
papaya.
Mango, I thought.
We had mango and
With some
papaya.
kind of salty, spicy dip that you could put it in. That made it interesting. Yes.
Yeah, the wasn't quite ripe. It was a little hard, and our guide did say that it needed about 2 days, maybe 3 days to be perfect, but it was still flavorful.
Yeah. And pineapple too.
Mhm.
The pineapple had a little bit different texture than from other places we've eaten.
And they were
She-
smaller.
Yeah, she said that was because how they grow there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're not as big as what we see
In Hawaii.
in Hawaii or
Anywhere.
even in our stores.
Right.
They're probably 3/4 size, but very sweet and juicy.
So in this marketplace, you can buy offerings.
Yes,
For
the temples.
Yes, for the temples. So different things, different animals, and different offerings. Mean you can ask for different kinds of things. Like good luck or
So there were
money or
frogs, turtles, eels,
fish.
fish, and you would take these to the temple and release them as a way to end suffering and misery and something like that. So
Right.
you're building up some
Good.
karma credit.
Exactly. Karma credit.
Karma credit, and yes,
Not credit karma.
no,
That's
a different critter altogether.
Indeed.
But yeah, people were buying little things to take to the temples, and they also, the one place we were in had a pet market.
Yes, it did.
Guinea pigs or hamsters.
I think they were guinea
hamsters.
pigs. They were bigger. Hamsters are little, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I've seen big hamsters, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
these
these
were
were
these
bigger.
were guinea pigs,
Yeah.
rabbits and chicks.
The chickens
Were
were.
fuzzy. They were funny looking.
They were.
Their feathers were like
Like-
I don't know, like they
like a
cotton candy
a
thing.
duster.
A duster, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
It
Now
was.
you just see this fluffy body with a little head, kind of sticking up out of the fluffy feathers.
The greens were especially beautiful, I
yes.
thought. Yeah, the vegetables and the fruits, just really beautiful. I think if I were to come to Thailand longer term, I'd like to go to Koh Samui and You
Oh,
could
yeah.
cook there. I think you could go to the market. And
Oh
buy
yeah,
things
I felt very comfortable shopping there, and it wasn't like the stalls were stacked with tons and tons of food. It's kind of like you get your shopping done in the morning, get your stuff home, and
Yeah.
market
Absolutely.
closes. It's not a 24-hour 7-Eleven kind of operation.
Exactly. And since we took a cooking class, we know how to cook
Well.
in Thailand.
Yes, we did a 3-course lunch that was incredibly filling. I couldn't even eat all the food we cooked.
Right. Then they brought out extra stuff.
Yes.
So we didn't have supper that night.
Oh.
But the like Jeff started saying earlier, the cooking class, it was outside. I was not expecting that.
That was so much fun though.
And overlooking the water,
We were under a tent. I mean, we weren't
Thankfully.
exposed to the sun.
and our
Cooktops.
had little wind guards
A
on them.
windshield around them.
You needed that, yeah. Our cooking instructor was pretty good. The first 2 dishes, he demonstrated the whole thing, and then we went back and had to try and remember.
Well, it's no different from going on the ship here
That's
when
true,
we
but
do.
he did the whole thing, and you had to remember where she would kind of do stuff, but I don't know, maybe
No,
not.
I mean, we do one course, and she goes over it, and then we go back. And
That's true.
now we have help. He had other
Yes.
sous chefs around
Yes.
that would check our heat and make sure we
And
remember.
remind us, and tell me my button wasn't on when I was
Yeah.
recording. He's like, hit your button there.
Yeah.
And I was like,
We had it was kind of stir fry cooking like, and
very high heat.
yes, and the people had set up all our ingredients in the order to use them,
Yeah.
our mise en place.
Yeah. Did all our
Uh,
mise en place, had everything ready, even had our garnishes ready for our meals. So the first thing we made was
Egg rolls.
egg rolls. Surprisingly easy. I feel like I could do that at home.
Oh, I think we could. The trick that they kept emphasizing was you just do a quick little roll and then you kind of pull it backwards, tuck it in to get the density of the fill. And I was really happy with mine. They were all the same diameter and nicely.
They were very smart in the way you did it. You ate the ones that you made. They
Yes.
made sure of that, so that was good.
We had numbered plates.
Yes, we did. I was 16, not 91, like I thought. So
I'm going like, I'm
they
15.
kept calling 16 out, and I'm like, I'm 91.
I'm going, I was 15 and Chip next to me was 14. I think you're 16.
Oh, okay, that could be me.
So I think we got some photos of our
Yes,
handiwork.
Well, and I got one of the chef actually doing them. You can see how intently he is rolling them.
Yeah.
And then Jeff
Tucking the
rolling them
corners
too.
in.
Yeah.
To
But
make them
not
nice.
hard.
No, not hard at all.
Yeah.
Just it takes a little bit of time.
I guess finding the spring roll paper is probably. Is that in
The
the
little
ethnic
dough.
aisle at the Weiss, you think?
I never shopped for it. I bet.
Rich,
Well,
why don't you look and let me know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll bring some home.
yeah, we need spring roll wrappers.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can find them there. Maybe at the store in Aberdeen that has all the ethnic
sure, sure. What am I thinking? Yes.
And then, isn't there a store in Havre de Grace right across
Yes, there
from
is.
the McDonald's? I've
I don't
never
know if
been
it's
in
still
there.
open.
Ah, okay.
I'll have to look. We don't go that way.
I know,
you know.
that's what.
That's on the way to the worst intersection on the planet. So yeah, I avoid that. The next thing we made was
Pad Thai.
that's a good thing you know how to make.
Yes,
Um,
that was a little more challenging in the
yeah,
cooking.
not hard.
No, but we really just had one shot at it.
Yeah.
And for my plate, I don't think I had enough liquid in to keep my noodles separate.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. They got,
some of them sort of
they
got
got
lumpy,
gummy,
got
yeah.
gummy.
I didn't put my shrimp up out of the heat. Honestly, to do it at home, I would take the shrimp out of the pan, where he just kind of scooted them to the side.
To the side
where
and
you
cooked
made the next
everything
things.
else.
So, yeah, my shrimp got over that.
Yeah, I'd either added them in at the end or cooked
Yeah.
them and pulled them out quick and let them finish cooking when you're heating
Right.
everything together
Indeed.
at
Yeah.
the last step.
Mhm.
So that was good.
But it was
Lesson
good,
learned.
and we could do that at home.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. And we got it recipes,
We got the recipes.
so that's good.
You don't have one to hold up.
I could get it, but
Okay.
or I could take a picture and put it up. But
Yeah.
they were very smart. We also got certificates
Oh yeah, so
suitable
completion.
for framing.
And we got, if we wanted, we could keep our tooks or torque. whatever you call
our
the
little hat. Yeah. wear the
I
hat.
did keep my apron. Amy says we had enough.
We
but-
have so many aprons. at
Yeah,
home
but
from,
we don't
yeah.
have one that says Thailand on it.
Now we have one.
Now we have one. And I cleaned it today and got all the stains off. So
Well
it's
done,
very
you.
good.
The last dish we made was something I'd never had before. Had you?
I had not. And I didn't know what to expect. It was, now this one he didn't demonstrate because it came together quickly.
We
he
all
told
did it
us
together.
We
Yeah.
did it together,
Mhm.
step by
He
step.
said, "Now do this. Now do this," and so it was called green curry.
Just green curry.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost soup-like. It was not
Yeah.
it was not what I expected.
Right. It had eggplant in it and chicken. He
And
called it
chicken.
chicken meat.
Yep. Chicken meat. We had there was some other little greens in there besides the
Yeah.
The
Maybe when I
eggplant,
look at the video, I can
but
see.
coconut milk and
Yes.
coconut sugar.
Yes.
Coconut sugar was also in the pad.
One of the first steps was putting in the green chili, and we're both coughing because the fumes that's coming up. It was like, ah.
Yeah, I put a little ball like I would do for what's the green
Wasabi.
thing? Wasabi,
Mhm.
and mix it in really good with the
Yeah.
coconut milk.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It was good. I mean, I don't know that I'd order it in a restaurant, but
I
I'd had pad thai first, so
yeah, I liked it with the rice when they brought the rice out.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. It helped to absorb some of the green chili
Yeah.
and yeah.
Now, some of the people, so each of us put half a can of coconut milk in the dish, and so that was for one serving. I left mine I didn't pour all the contents out
I
because
didn't either.
it looked too much like soup,
Yeah.
and I wanted to see what I was eating a little bit more, and tasting. And so when they brought the rice out, I had some rice, and it absorbed some of the liquid and added some yumminess that was very good with the chicken. And
Then they
did
brought
you-
out a plate of fried chicken, but just little nibbles of chicken with
like little strips, nips.
yeah, and cashew.
And
Fried
ca-
chicken
with
and cashew.
cashews.
And then the other dish, I don't recall what it was. Did you? I didn't taste that one. It looked spicy.
It was the rice, I thought. I thought we just had rice and fried chicken.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
If there was a third dish, I avoided it because it smelled hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything that has bright red chili peppers in it, I'm going to avoid.
Probably. Though the bell peppers in it were really
Yes.
yummy.
The green peppers were.
Yes.
So wait, we had green pepper. That was the green thing that
Yeah.
I was thinking
Mhm.
that went along with the eggplant.
Yeah.
And the eggplant was very much. To me, it looked like Japanese
Yeah, it
eggplant.
was.
It was small and
It had a purpley rind
Mhm.
to it.
And I
Yeah,
really
speckled.
like the texture
Mhm.
of the Japanese eggplant more than I do
Yeah.
regular eggplant.
And they had cut it into chunks rather
Mhm.
than slices, but yeah. So after the cooking class, we went and saw the big Buddha.
Yes, we did.
The Buddha is big.
He is, I forgot how many meters, but well over 60 feet. It was 20 some meters, so it might be approaching 70 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Up on 72 steps, and a really nice panoramic view up there.
Mhm.
So, yes.
And the Buddha was protected
Mm-hmm.
by warriors on each side of the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And these warriors didn't eat meat, but they would eat evil people.
Mm-hmm.
or cast them into the pond at the bottom of the steps.
Oh, okay.
Remember, you saw the heads kind of sticking up out
Oh,
of the water?
right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Um,
I didn't hear her say that. So.
Yeah, they didn't eat. He said that the guardians, our guide said the guardians were vegetarians.
Oh,
So maybe they
That's
just
right.
threw the people
yes.
down
Okay.
into the pond. But that was really the first Buddha we'd seen on the trip, because we didn't really see a Buddha at Singapore.
No, we
did-
didn't go in any Buddhist
No.
temples.
We did pass the Hindu temple daily
Yes, yes.
while we were in Singapore, but
That's different. Yes.
that was our first Buddha.
We got a postcard there, so we have a
Okay.
postcard.
We have a postcard.
So that was the end of the first day in Koh Samui.
Sumui. Ko Sumui.
Yes.
Yes.
So then we traveled overnight and we arrived in Bangkok.
In the morning.
Yes. And our first excursion in Bangkok, well, we floated in. It was lovely. It was lots of nice things on
Yeah, it
on
was.
the sides
It
of
was.
the river.
Bangkok was up a very long river,
Mm-hmm.
and it was narrow. We were in a small channel, and so we were floating. We were going very slow, and then the pilot caught up and took us the rest of the way into the city.
Mm-hmm.
We were at a large port, and so you couldn't walk from the boat. You had to take a shuttle bus out.
Yeah, we were a long way from the gate to the port.
Well, it was 2 miles at least.
Yeah, the
American
very first
miles.
time.
American miles.
It was the very first time I'd been at a port where there was nothing right there
Oh.
outside the boat.
Yeah, to sell.
Usually there's postcards, there's, like at the Big Buddha, they had a nice little market
Mm-hmm.
there. And Jeff got a shirt,
I got a shirt.
and we got a postcard and a magnet, and stickers.
Yes. And a magnet, you said that,
Yep,
didn't you?
yep, yep. It's on the door.
You didn't buy anything else, did you?
No.
No? Okay. I thought you were looking at shirts or something. Tops.
I'm going to keep my eyes open.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, everything was cotton. It would have been different if you saw something silk. That was nice.
Yeah.
but
We've got places coming, I think, that we'll have opportunities for that.
yes.
So, our excursion that morning was a meditation and a tour of a
Another Buddhist temple.
And meditation site,
Yes.
school.
School.
Not really school so much as
No.
monastery.
Well, they did have a hall for meditation, and they held two sessions a day, a morning and an evening meditation that people could come and participate in.
Mm-hmm. No experience necessary.
No, but I don't think the sessions they conducted were quite like ours, where the guy took more time to explain what was going
True.
on and what we should do and
That's true.
what we should expect.
Yeah. It was beautiful. It was very near the King's Palace
Yes.
and the Temple of the Emerald Buddha, which I would have loved to see, but we didn't.
I know.
Oh, well. Next time when we come to Bangkok, we'll
Yes.
fit that in.
We did learn, much to my puzzlement, that Yul Brynner was King Rama V.
He went. The 5th or the 4th?
Fifth.
Oh, and you cannot see this movie in Bangkok,
Really?
in Thailand. Yeah, the movie's outlawed. She said that. You didn't hear?
No,
Yeah.
I thought she said she had just never seen it. I
She
didn't
said, I've never
realize-
seen it because it's not allowed to be shown here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Sorry, whoever made the movie.
I like the movie. It was one of my son's favorite movies as a child. It was,
Well,
I guess
the-
the costumes and the dancing and the music. Yeah.
And the story was pretty accurate in the movie, in that
Yeah.
King Rama did go to Europe to learn more, and he was Rama V was responsible for founding Bangkok, Thailand,
Yes.
renaming it from Siam to become a more modern
Yes.
city, and he sent his children off to Europe to be educated
Yes.
in Europe, and was working hard to move away from.
Well, to bring his country into the next century.
Yes.
And into modernism. The place we went to, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, but this is how it looks, is Wat Manhattan.
Mahatat.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll find out.
I think it's Mahathat. Yes.
Okay. The monk was, he was very clever. He was kind of funny. He would make jokes, and he wanted to engage with us.
Yes.
So very much. I liked him. I found him a little hard to understand. Jeff didn't. So.
Yeah.
Good.
It was good. We only had maybe tops 30 minutes of meditation.
The actual meditating time was 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, which was plenty for me because I just couldn't get into the Zen state. I made the mistake of trying to sit cross-legged, and this old woman.
Pain, pain, pain. Numb, numb, numb.
That's what it was. Pain, pain, pain. That's all I could see.
I did okay. Got rid of the monkey mind and was concentrating on the breathing, as he would say.
Yes.
Rise and fall. Rise and fall.
Yeah.
As you inhale and exhale.
Yes. Well, you were sitting in a chair, so
yes,
you
that
were the
helped
smart
a lot.
one. Next time I meditate, I'm going for the chair.
Well, but if you remember when we did the class in Bali,
Sri Lanka.
They had a cushion that
Yeah.
was probably 18 inches.
Which made a huge
like
difference.
Like a stool, yeah. I was able
so
to sit.
it changes your spine position, so that made a big difference.
Well, I tried to sit on the front of the chair so I could keep my spine and head straight.
There you go. I noticed other people around me were in discomfort as well. So it wasn't just me.
Well, that one guy that says, "Oh no, I can get down and do this."
And I tried that too. I was right next to a pillar, so I tried backing up to the pillar, and it helped a little bit.
Well, the older gentleman ended up doing that. The guy that was, he must have been a practicing Buddhist. I don't know where he's from.
Yeah, I saw him.
I saw him last night at dinner.
And I saw him kneeling to the Buddha in the one place. Yeah.
Yeah. Did his prayer and made his little offering and everything. So that was the meditation. After that, we headed back to the ship and
for 15 minutes.
For 15, 20, yeah, for a quick turnaround.
To do something opposite of
meditation. Yes. So two of the things I'm really looking forward to on this trip have been canceled. The first one was that evening was Muay Thai, or what we call at home, kickboxing.
Kickboxing. Yes.
So we found a young man, told him what wanted to do. This young guy was on it.
He insisted on buying the tickets for us
online, and we got ringside seats.
Yeah. And he drove the taxi there and waited for us and then drove us back.
I think he went somewhere.
I don't care what he did in between.
Me
But
either.
he was right outside waiting for us
Yes.
to make sure we didn't get lost.
And he came over and met us and took us to where he was parked.
So that worked out really well. And it ended up costing us half as much as if we'd done the excursion on the boat.
With
so
the
that
ship.
was good.
Yeah. Plus we had beers with it and popcorn.
Yeah,
and
anything you wanted.
Yeah.
They had little people, like in a football stand, they would come. But you had a little paper, you chose what you wanted.
Had pictures on it and the price, so you knew what you were getting into. So we picked out a large popcorn and stuck with the smaller beers so they wouldn't get too high.
Exactly. Now the stadium really was beautiful. So it was the only Muay Thai stadium in the world. The only stadium designed specifically for Muay Thai.
So they built this stadium in 1945. They were very proud of it. Before that, the stadium was an outdoor, no roof venue, and then they built a more modern venue with VIP seating, box seats, ringside.
It was sensory overload.
Oh yeah, lots of electrics
Spotlights and LCD
showing famous
everywhere.
Thai boxers.
and you know the billboards that move everywhere, and but we were courtside, and
But what else did we have? Live music. So the new
that's
stadium actually had an orchestral section where musicians were playing music throughout the evening and during the matches, the bouts, I guess.
yeah,
So we ended up getting for the evening 8 bouts.
yep,
5 were lightweight people.
yeah. Well, yeah.
They were all under 130 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
The lightest, the first match were young guys, and they were about 100 pounds. They were quick, but
Yeah.
not a lot of power yet behind what they're doing, and
Right.
I'm sure that'll come. Then there was a quick break between the fifth, sixth, seventh.
Probably the fifth
Six-
and the sixth.
Yeah, fifth and
So
sixth. The
'cause
last 3 were
the big ones.
a little more seasoned. And when I'm saying big, the largest people were my size, 145 pounds.
Yeah.
But
the crowds came in.
Oh, yeah.
It was so the seats around us filled up. There was a young man right ahead of us who was
a minor league hockey player in Canada.
but he's retired now. He kept
Yes.
saying how he's retired. And then there was a young man next to you that was from Canada, and then
a Persian guy
next to him.
So it was quite an international crowd.
It was.
Oh, you know what we forgot to mention?
Ah.
There was one corner over by so there's a red corner and a blue corner.
Right.
Over by the blue corner, there is a section called the Leo section.
Oh.
And that's where the people were standing, and they were really into it.
Oh, they were.
Yeah. Every time somebody landed, they're going, "Oh!" And
Yeah.
they added local character, and the sponsor is Leo Beer, which has the symbol is a lion.
Yeah. I'm not all that interested in kickboxing, but there were some highlights there. I will say, like a couple times, the fellas got kicked right in their solar plexus. Oh man, they went down.
They went down.
That was it.
That one guy he couldn't even get out of the ropes. They had to help
bless him.
Yeah.
But I'm looking around the crowd a little bit, and I'm noticing this guy on the end of my row, and he's just sitting back there like this. He's
observing.
He's not making any kind of facial gestures. He's just absorbed. He's just taking it in. He's not cheering, nothing. And I noticed other people going by were always giving him respect.
Yes.
Everybody was giving him the respect.
He was a major domo of some sort.
He was important. So then one time, I saw this guy come up to him, give him respect, and he whispered in his ear, the big guy, whispered in the other guy's ear. He walks over, whispers in somebody else's ear, walks into somebody else's ear, was in the corner. So he was like
sending
messages right to the corner.
In the 6th and 7th bout, he got up out of his chair and went over and
started. Yeah, he got excited about that one.
Keep your hands up.
I think I got a video of
okay.
it. Yeah. He was interesting to me.
Yes.
So whenever I had to go to the bathroom, I would bow. He would let me out.
It was very good.
It was fun.
It was a fun evening.
I was hoping you would find somebody to go with you, but I was glad I went.
I mean, it was. It wasn't as violent as I expected.
I never got blood on me.
Yeah, only one guy got a cut.
Yes.
And that was a heck of a match. That was oof.
I was surprised there's no head protection at all.
Well, they were wearing, I don't know what ounce gloves they would call
they did
them.
have gloves. Yeah, but still.
And in today's sport, there's no elbows. You can't use elbows.
Good.
So you can really only use your fist and knees and feet.
Mm-hmm.
So that changes the
Is that the right finger? There you go. Oh.
That changes the dynamic and the damage that can be inflicted from an elbow versus a gloved fist. I found it entertaining. The Thai people are so polite. Even when the opponents came out, and our guide always made this joke that Thai people are always the smilingest people. Even if you're dressing them down or trying to correct them, they just smile happily. So the opponents smiled.
They smile at each other. They kind of give each other a little hug. And, yeah.
And then at the end of each round, the smiles were back. And even, the only time there wasn't a smile, we had, out of the 8 bouts, we had 2 knockouts, 2 TKOs, and those are the guys that got hit in the sternum pretty hard.
Yeah.
And they weren't smiling. They were just trying to get their breath back.
Yeah, they were trying to breathe.
Helped out of the ring. And then we had 4 decisions.
Yeah.
And that was mainly in the first 4 of the lighter weight matches.
Yeah. So after all the matches, the young man that's 20 right ahead of him, he wanted to go and have beers, he wanted to go have drinks. And he kept saying to me, "This is my last one. Don't let me get another one." And I said, "Bubba, I'm not in charge of you." He said, "You can hold me accountable." I said, "I am not accountable."
Yeah, we're not accounting for you.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it was fun.
But yeah, he wanted us to go and have more drinks, and I said, "We're old. We're going to bed."
We're going to bed.
But then the next morning, we had a tuk-tuk experience.
We did.
Tuk-tuk is what we call it. But so we got on tuk-tuks as part of the excursion. They took us to a market. Well, this is how we knew the difference between the market from Koh Samui to the market in Bangkok. The one in Bangkok was a very traditional market, and thousands of stalls.
Huge.
Thousands.
But this one, it's over, would you say 5 acres?
I think so.
It was huge.
Yeah.
And it runs continuous. The market never shut down.
And it was a wet market.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were up close and personal with every kind of animal. If you wanted chicken meat that night, you could pick out your chicken and they whack it right there.
Same with the ducks.
Or the rabbits, or the, whatever you wanted.
Piglets.
But a lot of vegetables, a lot of spices, a lot of peppers, animals. I tried to breathe in my mouth as much as I can, being a delicate flower from America.
Well, it was sensory overload, both in sense of visual and the smells. Now,
yes.
The smell didn't bother me. It was just overpowering. It wasn't like stinky rotten kind of stuff.
No. There was
just a lot of fish.
You know how
critters.
fish is, So our guide was out front with her little sign, and we're following her in single file. And the people ahead of me are like stopping to look at things, and I'm like, "You all are going to lose her." And I'm not getting lost in this thing because I have no idea
where we are.
Everything looks the same. So yeah, we snuck around them, and I was like, "Y'all are on your own."
Fortunately, they did have. The guide had 2 men that were following behind and
I
trying
did
to herd.
I did not realize that, or I would have felt a little better.
The stragglers along.
Yeah.
And there were some people that were less mobile than we were, and so that was taking them a little more time. So the young men stayed with them to make sure they didn't get lost. So that was good. And then we finished up at a little local coffee shop called HOC, House of Coffee.
Oh.
And
very modern.
It was, and there were young people there.
I'm thinking you have coffee or tea. And the lady next to me gets a cappuccino with skim milk. And I'm like, what?
Oat milk or something.
Yeah, oat milk. I'm like, oh, okay, you can pretty much have anything. Yeah. Now, I did end up getting iced tea.
Lemon green tea.
It was wonderful.
It took me a while to get
you
that
said
order.
it probably 12 times. So
yeah.
Your accent, You're hard to understand.
Yeah, well. And then I figured after that ordeal, I just kept mine simple and got a coffee Americano.
Yeah. And then we got back in our tuk-tuks.
And raced to the
Raced back.
ship.
Yes, we did. So I like tuk-tuks. I would do them again. That was fun.
Now, I think because this was a ship tour,
Mm-hmm.
the tuk-tuks we were in very good shape. All of them had brand new tires on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this just wasn't sure.
Did you
run of the
notice they
mill.
all had flags on them to kind of identify that we were all together too,
Oh.
so that they could find each other?
Makes
Yeah, I
sense.
saw them take them off at the end.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So that was our 2 days and 3 days in Thailand.
Thailand, 2 in
Yeah.
Bangkok. Yes.
Yeah. And
I
now we're
would-
in
I
another
would come
country.
back.
Hmm?
I would come back.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I would definitely go to the island and stay at one of those resorts.
I have Thai friends, so
You do.
I might have to come with them. Don't
Well,
need to.
You have a Thai friend.
I have 5 Thai friends. How's that? His children and parents.
Ah. Well, I doubt the parents would come with us.
Well, you're right. They don't know me that well.
Exactly.
But maybe that's who we should send our postcard today to.
We could do that.
Marilyn Tuan and Marilyn Amanda. We dedicate this episode to you.
There you go.
Our Thailand adventure. Thank you. I'm going to give you respect now every time I see you.
No,
You'll
they
be sick of
bow
it.
to us because we're
Right.
older.
Well, I
They
can bow
bow-
back.
Oh no,
give
we
it.
can bow back, but they give
Yeah.
us
Well,
a little deeper bow.
I'll give it to everybody.
because of our age
Yeah.
and wisdom.
Yeah, right. So if you want a postcard, let's see if I can do it this time. You go postcardtoday@gmail.com. I was always doing it the wrong direction.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see. All right, everybody. That's a wrap.
We will talk to you from our next stop in Cambodia.
Cambodia,
Yeah, another new country.
which is right behind us.
Yes.
Very hot here, too.
Not as bad as Thailand,
Right.
but it is steamy. I think the high today is only in the low 90s.
Okay.
It should be very comfortable.
All right.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
Bye.